Well, hello there, my friends. It's Father Daniel here, and we are back with another episode of 2 Minutes to God. I think this is going to be episode 11, and as I've been doing in some of the previous episodes, just give you a look at what we're doing here. I'm seeing this email now for the first time. Two questions on it and two quick answers. We've got 2 minutes to God. So if you'd like to check out our website, the number two mtg.org, and we've got some great stuff over there for you. Check out some of our features, and we'll be hopefully receiving some of your questions sometime soon. So let me get to episode 11. My questions here for today. Number one, I'm not quite sure how to ask this question, so please be patient with me. I've heard you say that through prayer we entrust ourselves to God's loving and providential care, but what does that mean? When I try to think through what I can expect from a more committed prayer life, I feel a spark of excitement, but also a fair bit of fear, because I'm afraid I'll feel let down. If I go to God with everything, won't He end up disappointing me sometimes? Surely there will be times when He will say no to my prayers, or maybe even ignore them. I guess I'm looking for some assurance that entrusting myself to God's loving and providential care is really the right way to happiness and fulfillment. Yeah, it's a great question here, and it's actually one that I've been giving a lot of thought to recently myself as well. I think part of it is just how we frame the Christian experience, and what we consider to be the ultimate goal or end of our Christian discipleship. So, yeah, we know that we are to trust and follow Jesus. We see that call throughout the scriptures. Jesus is pretty insistent on our following Him in faith, our giving ourselves over to Him, and walking the way of love that He both pioneers and makes possible for us. But I think when you see that I'm framing it in that way, I'm not talking about, strictly speaking, human happiness. And I think this is, in some way, I do want to say yes. That is the goal of life, because the beatific vision, contemplation of God, full communion with God in the Trinity is oriented towards our happiness. But I think it's right to focus instead on the human vocation, the human calling to live out lives of worship and mission. We see that in the Catechism, by the way. We see that man is called to live a life of holiness and justice. N.T. Wright, one of my favorite theologians, as you know, calls it worship and mission. And my own translation of it is we're called to live lives of prayer and love. I think that we'll find our fulfillment in that, in as much as we will grow to be fully flourishing human beings as we take on lives of worship and mission. So we entrust ourselves to God. We live for His purposes, which is that we're made able to bring His love to life in the world, and we're advancing His kingdom agenda for the world, where He reigns and is all in all. And then I think we find in that space our meaning and purpose. Is it our happiness? Does it perfectly align with our own objectives? I'm not sure that we can say that, but perhaps more than we can ask or imagine. Okay, good. I think that was about 10 seconds over. You know that my clock is running here. But I got one more question here, so we'll take care of that if we can. I heard your beautiful answer to the mom who asked about bringing a crying baby to church, and I thought maybe you'd be able to help me too. I've got a 5-week-old newborn, and I'm really struggling with the baby blues. I don't know how to explain it better than to say that I love my baby, but so far there are moments when I really hate being a mom. I feel terribly guilty for feeling this way, but motherhood is so much harder than I expected, and I'm having a lot of trouble feeling grateful for this amazing gift God just bestowed on me. Will He forgive me for having such negative feelings towards my own child? Okay, yes. You know what can I say, like, what I love about these questions? Okay, this is a preface, maybe. What I love about these questions, they're right from the heart, and I want to give you an answer right from the heart as well. Yeah, you know that I love crying babies, so maybe I can be sympathetic to this one as well. Okay, let's give it a shot. Yeah, I mean, yeah, the baby blues are real. Okay, so let's not deny that for a second. I think we have to be very honest with ourselves, where we are, and all the rest. And there are any number of people, I'm sure, out there challenged with depression, with I don't know, who are burdened with negative self-talk, who have allowed that to perhaps unravel a little bit, negative self-image. Can I say hating yourself? I mean, I know it because I know it from the inside. Okay, so I'm trying to speak from the heart. So we have to be honest with ourselves. Where are we? Where are we? And I think that we have to speak honestly from the heart to God. That's what prayer is. We have to be able to own where we are. We have to speak truth about where we are to God. I think that's the place where He's going to encounter us with a fresh outpouring of His Spirit, with strengthening us in the power of His own life of love, to be able to live through and beyond some of the, say, current difficulties that we might be experiencing in life. No, so don't feel guilty with the emotion, right? What do you do with it? I mean, we hear somewhat tritely at times that love is a commitment. Are you committed to the best for your child? I'm almost sure you are. I mean, of course, we face temptations to I don't know, to be very frustrated with the development of children. We feel we get low. We don't have what it takes and the rest. But that's exactly where we have to depend on God for His strength. So yeah, I mean, also it's like this. Can I say, I just want to do a quick analogy here. I don't know if I'm gone over time because of my silly preface before. People talk I hear this kind of language, perhaps it's an analogy. I hear this kind of language, people talk about their marriages. And what I try to do is redirect a little bit on those points, right? To say, one is, if you are a wife, the way to be the best wife is to love your particular husband. It's not to check off a series of boxes that you thought of in your head of what a good wife should look like. Here, the same. To be a good mother, you're going to want to love that child to the best of your ability every step of the way. And you love that child best when you love God most. So continue to find time for prayer. Turn to God whenever you're able to, even if it's just for a few minutes. I know things are hectic. Turn to God, beg Him for the strength you need, and then do your very best to bring His love to life for that child. That's what being the best mother is going to be. So no guilt there, my friends. All right. This has been an action-packed 2 minutes plus to God. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I have. And I look forward to having this exchange and hearing from you soon. Some of your questions, I hope to be able to answer them in 2 minutes, maybe a little bit more. All right. God bless you, my friends.